All right, guys, so this is going to be a quick little recipe idea for whenever you have leftovers from last week's barbecue. Now, us moms just want to throw all the leftovers with eggs and then just call that breakfast the next day. But not today. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to make my favorite sandwich, the Cuban sandwich. Now, I'm going to use bolillo because that's what I had, but you can also use French bread or whatever bread. Then I butter up my buns, make sure they get nice and crispy, add a spread all over our buns, which is a mixture of equal parts mustard and mayo. And we're just gonna add a hefty layer of pulled pork all over these buns. And a Cuban sandwich needs pickles, and we love pickles, so I'm gonna add lots of them. It's also gonna need Swiss cheese, but I didn't have any, and that's not stopping us. We're gonna use whatever cheese we got. A couple slices of ham, top it off with the top bun, spread the top bun with a mixture of mayo, garlic, and herbs. Stick it in the panini press until it gets nice and crispy. Then we split it in half, and then this is what a Cuban looks like. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but this sandwich is huge, and I'm still gonna serve it with fries. So there you have it, guys. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! Let me show you guys a quick dinner idea, especially for those teens who are home from school starving like Marvin because their parents are still at work. Today we're making an easy pasta Alfredo. I have an extra long linguine pasta, but you can just use regular linguine or spaghetti or whatever pasta you have. You're gonna cook the pasta according to the directions on the box. Meanwhile, we're gonna make the sauce. In a pan, you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter, garlic, and onion. We're gonna give that a quick little saute, and then I'm gonna add some chipotle seasoning and some Cajun seasoning, and this is what mine looks like. Forgot to mention it was going to be a little on the spicy side. We're going to add a pint of heavy cream and about a cup or so of Parmesan cheese. I'm also doing 2 ounces of cream cheese just to make sure the sauce is nice and creamy. And then we're going to add cheese of choice. I'm going to use Chihuahua because that's my fave. Once your sauce is ready and all the cheese have fully melted, you're going to add your noodles and then you're going to give everything a quick little mix. You can also add some parsley in there if you want to be a little fancy, or some spinach if you want to be a little on the healthier side. Add your favorite protein and dinner is served. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! Let me show you guys another recipe idea, especially for those teens who are home from school starving like Marvin and their parents are still at work. We're gonna make something super simple, but trust me, you're gonna think you're eating the bougiest meal. We're gonna begin by making the main course, which is some refried beans with chorizo. In a pot with a lot of bit of oil, you're gonna fire up some chorizo, some onions, and some peppers. Now the peppers just gonna be for flavor. I already took out the seeds. There's gonna be no spice. Now, if you check in your mama's freezer, she probably has some frozen beans in there, or there's probably some in the pantry. You're gonna add your beans. You can smash them with your bean smasher, or in my case, I'm just gonna use my merger blender because I'm lazy. As soon as those beans come to a boil, they're ready. Make sure you let those beans cool off a bit. You don't wanna burn your mother chicken lip off. You smear them onto a tostada, add a little bit of queso cotija, and then like I said, we're making this meal bougie. So we're just gonna add toppings until we can no more. I added some lettuce, tomatoes, red onions, some avocados, and then some sour cream. That's a little bit of spicy salsa because that's how I like mine, but you can leave it out if you want to. And there you have it, guys. Now, I promise you, 1 tostada is not gonna be enough. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! Okay, guys, have you ever been to the grocery store with your mom and then she sends you off to go get her some limes, and when you get home, she starts screaming and yelling at you because the limes got no juice? Well, get your little behinds over here because I'm going to teach you guys how to get the perfect limes. That way that problem doesn't continue to happen. See, what you're looking for is for a lime skin to be super smooth and thin. And whenever you give the lime a nice little squeeze, you can feel some juice in the lime. Now, that lime is full of juices. It's going to make your mama super happy. Perfect example of a bad lime is this one. This lime right here is hard, full of pores, rough. When you squeeze it, it's super hard. There's no juices here. Your mama's gonna be super pissed. Can you tell the difference when the limes are side to side? Okay, now this is another example of a bad lime. The skin is not nice and smooth. It is super thick in comparison to this one right here that is super shiny. That's how you choose the perfect lime. Hopefully I save you guys from a little regañada. Bye! Show you guys a quick dinner idea that's gonna have even the pickiest eaters licking their fingers. Today we're gonna make them some flautas ahogadas. We're gonna begin by making the filling for our flautas, and I'm gonna use chicken, potatoes, and cheese. We're also gonna season it up with seasoning of choice. Then we're gonna mix everything together until it becomes a paste. For your tortillas, you're going to need corn tortillas. I always pop them in the microwave for a couple of minutes, and as soon as they come out, I immediately start to separate them because they will stick together. We're just gonna add the filling to the tortillas, then we roll them up, add them to the oil seam side down. That way they don't unroll, and and then you're gonna have a big old mess, splatter everywhere. I can just picture it. To fry them at a medium-high heat, that way they get nice and crispy and they don't burn. Now this is where the ahogada part comes. So ahogada means like drown, so basically we're drowning flautas. We're gonna drown them in a consomme that we're gonna make, and consomme means broth, so that broth you use to cook your chicken, you're not gonna throw it away. You're gonna use it to boil all these ingredients I'm gonna list on the screen, and then that's gonna be your consomme. I'm gonna add some cheese onto my flautas, and then I'm gonna ladle the piping hot consomme all over our flautas. I'm just gonna top them off with all of the toppings necessary. I'm gonna use a little bit of cabbage, tomatoes, and some rábanos. I'm also gonna drizzle some sour cream, add some queso fresco, and some avocados, and that is it, guys. Oh my god, the flautas are gonna be so soggy. Well, if you let them sit there for a while, they will. But you're gonna eat them right away. Hope you like this recipe. Bye. Alright guys, today we're going to go a little on the healthier side, and I'm going to show you guys how I made my seafood boil. I begin by melting 2 pounds of butter, then I added 3 garlic heads, a whole onion, some prayers, and seasonings. Give everything a quick little mix, let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes before adding mushrooms in here. Literally flash cook these mother truckers. 2 minutes and they're out of there. We're going to prep the rest of our ingredients. We're going to cut up our sausage, bring a big pot of water to boil where you're going to add onion, garlic, lemon, bay leaves, and then a little packet of the seafood boil that you just buy at the store. I do add my corn first because I like to suck on the corn and then get all the flavor. I just leave those mother truckers in there through the whole boiling process. Crab we cooked for 10 minutes, crawfish for 2 minutes, and then on the side I made some hard-boiled eggs that I cooked for 6 minutes. Then we dumped the shrimp with all that buttery, garlicky goodness, and then we mix everything together. I was having a couple of girlfriends come over, so I didn't get to record the ending, but I'm just gonna serve it with some steamed rice. There you have it, guys. Hope you like this recipe. Bye. Have you ever been to the grocery store and you pick your little produce, go home, start making yourself a little salad, and then your lettuce is bitter? Well, that's probably because you chose the wrong lettuce. Last time I showed you guys how to pick the perfect limes, and today I'm going to show you guys how to pick the perfect lettuce head. What we're looking for is big, fluffy lettuce heads. So whenever you pick up the lettuce and you give it a nice little squeeze like this, you can squeeze the whole lettuce. The lighter, the better. Now this one right here is heavy and hard. Like I can't squeeze nothing through this. Now, this is going to be a super bitter lettuce. Now I'm going to show you guys another example of a nice lettuce. Big, but light in weight, super fluffy, and then whenever I squeeze it, I can squeeze all the way through, which means that all of the leaves are loose. It is not compact from the middle, and I can use this for wraps, hamburgers, sandwiches, or whatever, and the lettuce is not bitter. Sometimes bitterness doesn't mean bad. It's more of a preference. The big, heavy ones are usually because they're really compressed in the middle, and those are really good for shredding and adding them to your tacos. That's how you choose a lettuce. Bye! You guys been asking me how to pick the perfect avocado, and honestly I stopped, drop, and roll to go to the grocery store so I can show you this one because it's so easy. Do you see this beautiful green avocado? Hard as a rock and not ready to eat for like about another week. And a lot of people in the comment section are gonna say just pop it in the microwave and it'll soften up. You're eating a green cooked avocado now. Another way you can tell is by the stem. The stem is not gonna come off no matter how much you try flicking it because it's green. This is a ripe avocado. Now the color has changed. It is no longer green, it is black. If you flick the little stem off, the stem's gonna come right off because avocado is ready. You can tell by that color that the avocado is gonna be nice and green. You can also give them a nice little squeeze, guys, like barely any. See, a lot of people just mayugando los aguacates and they leave them right there, so don't do that. Avocado should feel firm but soft at the same time. If it's too soft, the avocado may be overripened, and if they're on sale, take them and make guacamole that same day. But if you're not planning on eating them anytime soon, just leave them. But that is how you pick the perfect avocado, guys. Bye!
Yeah.